Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing Edmonton Oilers franchise. This is episode number 65. We are in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Our series with the Kings is all tied up at 3 games apiece. The winner will move on to play the Anaheim Ducks in round number 2. And so we are going to get right into it. It is Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs first round series. And we are here at Staples Center in Los Angeles for the decisive final game of this opening round set. Jonathan Quick in net for the Los Angeles Kings. 2.71 goals against average in this series and an 89% save percentage. We will send Cam Talbot back in after having to pull him back in Game 6 for us. First period just underway. The Kings send it down behind the net. The Oilers will send it back around, trying to get it out of the zone. They don't. Kings keep it in. Behind the net now to Pearson. To Toffoli. Toffoli turns shot. And it's gobbled up by Cam Talbot. Here come the Oilers now. Letestu ahead to Beck. And Beck whiffs on it, but carries it into the zone. Here's Cassian. Cassian's shot saved. And the Kings come away with it. Here's Andreoff. Andreoff all the way across the blue line. Davidson trying to get to him. His shot is saved by Cam Talbot, and the Kings have it behind the net. Both teams fight for it. Oilers come away with it. Beck gets it out of the zone. And we have got a injury here to deal with. Patrick Maroon heads to the locker room, and he will be done for the remainder of the game. So a big blow to the Oilers here in game number 7. Here's Clefbaum ahead to McDavid. Connor McDavid skates it into the offensive zone. He stops, sends one on net. Oh my goodness, that one just about got past Jonathan Quick. Just about knocked Quick into the back of his own net. 11 minutes to go in the first. Here's the shot on net. Rebound score! Leon Draisaitl off the rebound. He tried to get the deflection on the shot from the point. It got through and bounced off, I believe, the right pad of Jonathan Quick, and Draisaitl was there. Johnny on the spot for the rebound score. 10 minutes to go in the first period. Here's the pass across to Draisaitl. He's in all alone. It's loose in front of the net. And Jonathan Quick finally covers it up. 1-0 Oilers here in Game 7. 2:50 to go in the first period. Lewis on the right side for the Kings. Lewis holding across to Clifford. Shot deflected away. Big save by Cam Talbot. Clifford has it again. Gets it across. Sekera chases it down in the corner. Talusti has it behind the net now. And the Oilers will reset. That brings us to the end of period number 1. Edmonton leading 1-0 here on the road in Staples Center in a big Game 7. Time on attack 2 minutes to 1:20 in favor of the Kings. But we lead them 10 shots to 7 in that department. That is something we would like to turn around. We've been outshot in the last 2 games by a pretty big margin. And we've got a delayed penalty coming up against the Oilers. It is going to be on, I believe, Connor McDavid. No, it's on Milan Lucic. And that will be 2 minutes for a tripping penalty, I believe. I didn't see much of a trip there. Oh, slashing. Sorry, I didn't see the slash either. So, 1:40 to go in the power play for the Kings now. Andreoff to the front of the net, shot wide to the left. And Fane has it. He gives it up to Andreoff, though. Purcell's shot deflected away by Cam Talbot. Behind the net, it's Sekera. Sekera looking to clear it. Along the boards, Cassian has it, and he will get it out of there back to the neutral zone. So we are able to kill off the penalty. It's still 1-0 Oilers. 14:40 to go in the second period. And here come the Kings. Michael Lotta has it. He crosses the blue line. Lotta holds, waits for some teammates. To the middle, taken away, Shore shot, scored! Third goal in the playoffs by Nick Shore. And we've got another penalty coming up. And this one's going to be a trip on the Oilers. And I believe this one is Connor McDavid. It is tripping at the 10-minute mark of the second period. We're all tied up at 1. Here come the Kings. Carter into the offensive zone. Lets one fly off the chest of Cam Talbot, and he will devour up the rebound. Here's Muzzin. Muzzin back to the point. Shot goes off of an Oilers player. The Kings have it now. 1 minute to go in the power play. To the middle. Shot, high deflection. And that is a scary kind of shot in NHL 17 if you've played this game. That kind of shot, it seems like the goaltender loses track of it and sometimes doesn't even make any type of a effort to stop it. But this time, Cam Talbot gets on it. We've got 6 seconds left in the power play. Shot saved. It's loose in front of the net. And Talbot gets the stoppage. So we kill another penalty. We're still tied at 1 with 6 minutes to go in the second period. Shore fights for it behind the boards with Davidson. Shore comes away with it, gets it back out to Purcell. Shore has scored the last 2 goals for the Kings. The final score of game number 6 and the first one for them here in game number 7. Here's Scuderi. Shot from the point is blocked. He gets one on, and it is punched away with the blocker. The Kings have it still behind the net. Shore, 5 minutes. Shore scores! Third goal in a row for Nick Shore. And it's 2-1 Kings with 5 minutes to go in the second here in Game 7 at Staples Center. 3:38 to go now. 2-on-1. Here come the Kings. Shot saved by Talbot. And Adam Larson has it behind the net. He's going to kick it over into the right corner. And Clefbaum will get to it. He'll send it back behind the net. Clifford's the only one there, though. Clifford, backhand shot goes wide. Into the corner. Clifford chases it down. We've got 2:30 to go. Oilers have it now. Leaving it behind to Larson. Larson, he will back it out to the point. He gets it back right from the point. Shot wide to the left. Rebound. Saved, and McNabb has it for the Kings. Martinez out to Kopitar. Kopitar to Toffoli. Toffoli into the offensive zone. Lets one fly, no. And the rebound taken away by Clefbaum and then covered up by Cam Talbot. Here come the Oilers now. Trailing 2-1 with a minute and a half to go in the second. Beck leaves it to Letestu. Letestu back to Beck right in front with a lot of traffic, and he gets it to the net, but it is saved and then gloved by Jonathan Quick. That ends the second period here at Staples Center. Kings leading 2-1 here in Game 7. And from a 10-7 shots lead, we get outshot in that second period 23-7. And we are trailing 30-14 in the shots category now as the Kings lay it on thick in the second period and come away with a 2-1 lead. As we go into the third, we're going to open up the third period with a 2-minute power play. And it is a tripping penalty on Sekera at the 3:14 mark. So 56 seconds left in the power play. 15:30 to go in the period. Shot saved behind the net. The Kings chase it down in the corner. Pearson. Purcell has it. Shot wide to the right. And Martinez gets it. Kings beating the Oilers to the puck here on the power play. And the Oilers finally secure it. And Davidson is going to clear it the length of the ice. So we kill that penalty. It's 2-1 Kings still with 11:50 to go in the game. We're in Game 7. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins back to Pouliot. Backhand shot saved. And Scuderi comes away with it. Ahead to Andreoff. Andreoff gets it back into the neutral zone and out of trouble. Here come the Oilers again with less than 10 minutes to go. Connor McDavid kicks it back to a stick. He's going to turn it around. Back to Larson. To Clefbaum. Back to McDavid. McDavid from the circle. He turns around, fires it on net. Eberle kind of got in the way. His shot goes wide to the corner. Back to Eberle. Eberle, his stick gets hit trying to shoot that one. And Muzzin takes it away for the Kings. Carter back to Muzzin. And they get it out of trouble. And we have an elbowing penalty coming up here on LA. It's going to be on Jeff Carter as he met up with Connor McDavid behind the net. Laid him out with the elbow. And it's going to be a 2-minute power play for the Oilers. Trying to even up the game at 2 apiece here in Game 7. Pouliot shot wide. Rebounded by Draisaitl behind the net. Draisaitl skates it into the corner. Draisaitl looking here on the power play. 1:20 to go. Sekera back to Draisaitl. It's knocked away. Draisaitl has it. He takes it down looking for a pass. Can't get one. If he was a little more patient, Lucic was maybe breaking to the center of the ice. And the Kings are able to clear with 1 minute left in the power play. Here come the Oilers again. Long pass out to Draisaitl. Draisaitl carries it in. Oilers have numbers to Pouliot. Back to Nugent-Hopkins. Nugent-Hopkins tries to go 5-hole, and it is covered up and saved by Quick. 2 minutes to go in the game now. Draisaitl gets it. Oilers in desperation mode, trailing 2-1 with less than 2 minutes to go. They ice the puck, but it almost goes in, and the goalie touched it. So wave off the icing. Here is Stahlberg now on the left side with 1:35 to go. Back to Toulousty. Toulousty trying to get across to Draisaitl. It's loose in front of the net, and it's covered up by Jonathan Quick with 1:24 to go in the third. 1:24 to go. Oilers win the faceoff. Fane over to the right side to Stallberg. His shot goes wide to the left. It's knocked down. Sekera pinches. Sekera gets it back to the point to Fane. Back to Sekera. Sekera over to Draisaitl. Draisaitl to the center of the ice to Stallberg. He can't get a shot off, and it's taken away by the Kings. We have less than a minute to go. Oilers pulling the goalie here. Stallberg with seconds to go. Stallberg shot saved, covered up by Jonathan Quick. We got 37.4 seconds to go with the Kings leading 2-1 and an empty net. 25 seconds now. Oilers in desperation mode playing with an empty net. Here is Pouliot. Pouliot gets it ahead to Eberle. Eberle skates it into the zone. 15 seconds across to Lucic. And Lucic digs it out of the corner. 10 seconds to go. Lucic is stopped in the corner, and his pass is taken away by Andreov. 5 seconds. Here come the Kings. Clifford misses the net. It goes around, and that is going to do it here at Staples Center. And the LA Kings win the series in 7 games by winning Game 6 on the road and then coming back to win Game 7. Very disappointing loss for the Oilers, who exit the first round for the second year in a row, this time in 7 games, to the LA Kings. And Los Angeles will move on to face crosstown rival, the Anaheim Ducks, in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Nick Shore, the player of the game for sure with both goals. Maybe the player of the series as he finished with the last 3 goals. Jeff Carter also scored a lot of goals. So maybe those two, the players of the series for the Kings. Final score again from Staples Center in Los Angeles. The Kings win it 2-1 in game number 7. Cam Talbot, 34 saves. Jonathan Quick, 21 saves. And we fall. Disappointing Game 7 loss here for the Oilers. And we will get to the off season and try to reassemble a squad that can maybe advance past the first round. So we look at the second round matchups. The Blackhawks and the Preds. The Kings and the Ducks in the Western Conference. The Flyers beat the Rangers in Game 7. They move on to face the Capitals. And you've got the Panthers and the Maple Leafs in the second round. And we will go ahead and go through these playoffs now. The Blackhawks beat the Preds 4-0. And the Kings beat the Ducks in 7, 4-3. So you've got a Western Conference final of the Chicago Blackhawks versus the LA Kings. Over in the East, the Flyers beat the Caps 4-2. They move on. And the Panthers win in 7 against the Maple Leafs. So you've got an Eastern Conference final of Philadelphia and Florida. And in the Western Conference, the Kings again in 7 games beat the Blackhawks. And the team we lost to, the Kings, are headed to the Stanley Cup Finals. And they will face the Philadelphia Flyers 4-3. And in the Stanley Cup Finals, the Philadelphia Flyers get the win over the Los Angeles Kings to become your year number 2 Stanley Cup champions. It is, again, the Philadelphia Flyers are your champions. So the cup stays in Pennsylvania, this time in Philadelphia instead of Pittsburgh, here on Edmonton Oilers franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.